Thank you. My dear friends and family of Rotary, it is my honor to welcome you to the 2026 International Assembly and to congratulate all of you on becoming district governors-elect. We have assembled Rotary senior leaders, staff, and exceptional members from around the world to help prepare you for the year ahead. And while we are all here together, I hope you take the opportunity to meet your fellow classmates. You see, we do not enjoy the full benefits of Rotary membership if we don't experience its internationality. And this week, the Rotary world is all around you. Don't let it pass you by. Get to know people. Make friends. You never know where a few kind words will get you. Most Rotary members I meet, wherever they are from, are kind and happy people who make for fast and loyal friends. Another quality we share is that Rotary has changed us. It has shaped who we are and made us better people. That is where change truly begins. Not only for the people we serve, but also for ourselves. Think about our vision statement. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. When we talk about lasting change across the globe, we often talk about ending polio. We talk about building peace. When we talk about changing our communities, there are plenty of incredible examples. But then I ask, how do we make lasting change in ourselves? How do we make lasting change in ourselves? Usually when I ask this question to Rotary members, the room grows quiet. That silence, my dear friends, family of Rotary, tells me something. That we do not think enough about how Rotary transforms us. How Rotary transforms our careers. How Rotary transforms our businesses. And how Rotary transforms our families. You see, it can even be a light in the darkest of times, as it was for Thea Copples, a member of the Rotary Club of Cary, Kildare in North Carolina, USA. You see, in 2021, Thea lost her husband to cancer after 19 months of fighting for his life. She had barely seen anyone in 19 months. Between caring for her husband and isolating due to COVID-19 pandemic. That's when a dear friend from Thea's Rotary Club called her and said, you need to come next Thursday for dinner. We want to see you. As she walked into that Rotary dinner, Thea was feeling nervous and vulnerable. But before she could even sit down, a new member she had never met wrapped her arms around her and said, "Welcome. We are so glad you are here." It was in that moment that Tia realized that she was not alone, that she had a community. Rotary was her community. After that dinner, Tia wrote how it impacted her. She said, and I quote, "Rotary has a way of showing up quietly, lovingly, when you need it most. It reminds you that even when you are the one who is used to giving, it is okay to receive." And then she said, "So, if you are searching for connection, service, and a place to belong, Rotary might just be the answer." And I think a few in this room can relate with this. My friends, as Rotary works to change the world, do not be afraid to share how Rotary has changed you. I can tell you from my own life, Rotary has changed me profoundly. I started as a Rotaractor when I was still a teenager. I had a privileged upbringing, a good education in a place where many people did not have that opportunity. One of my club's literacy projects opened my eyes. You see, we were helping people in my community learn how to read and write. I thought to myself that nobody my age in my country should grow up without those skills. That project changed me. And with that change came the responsibility to expand access to education. Thank you. This cause is especially important today. UNICEF estimates that about 6 million children worldwide could be forced out of school by the end of this year because of cuts to education funding. To address this education crisis, we need to change our mindset from one of donation to one of service. And we have a great example to follow in Knysna, South Africa, where Rotary clubs are creating a lasting impact in education. The Rotary Club of Knysna came together with local partners in 2019 to find out what it would take to ensure that all children in their community had access to quality early childhood education by 2025. The club involved people in the community, worked to understand the problem, and they got to work. The resulting project unlocked the power of women in underserved communities to open and manage early childhood education centers. Today, the project has reached thousands of children and families, and it will continue to provide education in those communities for generations. We can create this kind of impact in other parts of the world. And in doing so, we can earn the trust and recognition of our neighbors in the communities we serve. And when more communities trust Rotary, more people want to join us. But we must let them in first. And that might sound obvious, but it is something we have struggled with for some time. You see, when I tried to join Rotary as a young Rotaractor, I faced resistance. And I mean a Rotaractor. One day, I just showed up at my sponsor club's lunch meeting. As a matter of fact, I had been there before. They knew me. But of course, only at their invitation. The president looked at me, a young Rotaractor, and said, "What are you doing here?" I told them I was there to join Rotary. Everyone in the room turned their heads to look at me. And the president said, "What the heck? What audacity? Who told you that is how you join Rotary? Don't you know you need an invitation? You need an invitation to join Rotary, young man." I could have walked away. Instead, I said, I didn't know that a child needed an invitation to enter his parents' home. As silence spread across the room, one Rotarian, Soji Fowode was his name, spoke up. "Yinka, I will be your sponsor." And that's how I became a Rotarian. But my dear friends, family of Rotary, what if Soji had remained silent? I might never have become a member. And my dear friends and family, I might not be standing before you today. Rotary has changed since then. But some clubs still hide behind closed doors instead of embracing the world with open arms. Young people's views are not always respected. People from different backgrounds or with different ideas are not always made to feel welcome. And when that happens, my dear friends, we lose potential members before they even get started. And we need more members. I hope you all know that. The board of directors has set a goal of increasing membership to 1.25 million Rotarians and over 125,000 Rotaractors by our 125th anniversary in 2030. Thank you. Please go ahead and clap. I hope that clap means you don't think this is too difficult. Reaching that goal begins with all of us. All of us. So, as we begin this international assembly, I encourage you to think about how we welcome others. Because you never know whose Rotary story might begin or end based on the way you made them feel at a meeting or a service project. That's how we'll reach our goals. My dear Governor-elect, when you lead your district to reach its goals, together, we will reach ours. But whatever your goal, particularly on membership, I encourage you to do better than your best. Traditionally, we celebrate clubs that raise the most funds, attract the most members, or run the biggest service projects. This is important. But you see, the healthiest competition should not be between clubs, but between our past and our present. I want to challenge. Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you. I want to challenge each district and club to look back at the last 5 to 7 years. Not more than that. 5 to 7 years. Check what was your best year for membership growth. What was your best year for fundraising? What was your best year with highest impact when it comes to service projects? Once you find your best year, I challenge you to do better in 2026, 2027 than your best. My dear DGs, you will spend a year of your life as district governor. And whether you like it or not, that year must come to an end. What do you want people to say when they look back at your year as a leader? And you'll be surprised how much they will remember. In fact, nowadays, on my Rotary, there is data everywhere. We can see who did what. I'm asking simple things. If a club inducted 10 new members in its best years, whether that was year 2, year 4, year 7, they should aim for at least 11 in 2026, 2027. If members raise $50,000 a few years earlier, see if they can raise $55,000 this year. Not to prove they are better than anyone else, but just to become best version of themselves. There is a saying, and some of you may be familiar with this. It said, good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good gets better and the better gets best. That same thought applies just as much to ourselves as it applies to our clubs and our districts. We need to create a change and impact mindset. It's important to remember, change and impact are not the same. Change is only the beginning. Impact is what endures. Let me share an example from Nigeria, where Rotary's program of scale, Together for Elderly Families, has been at work for years. In the early days of the program, I visited a health facility in one of the pilot cities. I wanted to see for myself what was happening. The chief medical officer didn't know who I was, only that I was a member of Rotary. He welcomed me warmly. He told me that they had started working with Rotary about 18 months earlier. Soon, infant and maternal deaths plummeted. Before Rotary's intervention, many women avoided prenatal care, which is essential to ensuring safe birth for both mother and child. After working with Rotary, systems were put in place to help expecting mothers receive prenatal care. The community was involved. Attendance went up. Mortality went down. And after I spoke with that doctor, I could see clearly how that project would transform lives across Nigeria for decades. That is what I mean when I say lasting impact. As members of Rotary, we share a vision of a better future, a world free of polio, a world at peace, a world where everyone has access to education. To make this vision a reality, we must acknowledge and unleash the change within ourselves. We must focus not only on outcomes, but on impact. An outcome of Tia's Rotary Club inviting her to dinner was that she no longer felt alone. But the impact is the hope and sense of community that she and her fellow club members will carry with them for the rest of their lives. In Nigeria, an outcome of the Together for Healthy Families project is lower infant and maternal mortality rates. But the impact is the children who will grow up with the love and guidance of their mothers, not only today, but for generations. And my dear friends, we will reach our 2030 membership goals. And when we do, an outcome will be more Rotary members around the world. And we all know that wherever Rotary goes, good things follow. And that impact will be a stronger, more effective Rotary and a better world for years to come. My friends, that future begins with us, but it must endure long after our work with Rotary ends. And my dear friends, family of Rotary, that is why the presidential message for 2026-2027 is create lasting impact. Thank you. Thank you. There are many ways to create lasting impact. Across the globe, it means we must deliver on our promise to eradicate polio and leverage the full benefit of our peace centers. In your clubs and districts, it means welcoming more people and doing our part to meet our 2030 membership goal. And you can inspire the Rotary world to create lasting impact in ourselves. By being curious, asking questions, and embracing the infinite opportunities available to our Rotary family. Ask yourselves, how will you inspire your clubs or your members to deliver results and create lasting impact in themselves? My dear friends, progress is not automatic. It begins with change within us. My DG is, success will not find you. You must seek it out. When we change ourselves, we change our clubs and districts. When we change our districts, we change the communities we serve. And when we change our communities, we create lasting impact across the globe, in our communities, and thank you, my dear friends, and welcome to your International Assembly. Thank you.